Ty Plays Games here, coming to you with another episode of Fallout 4, and I got that right. So as you can see here, we're in nice, calm, quiet. Well, was not calm and quiet a while ago. 10 Pines Bluff. I got a ton of stuff ready to go for this place. Gonna still need more. Got lots of wood, but we're definitely gonna need a lot of steel. But stay tuned because I will be streaming this weekend on Twitch 10 Pines Bluff build. So definitely stay tuned for that. But tonight, or today, when you see this video, what the heck is going on down here? Trouble, and I even ain't a part of it. That thing took out those super mutants? Okay, there's two of them. Oh, I thought that was...
Guess they aren't gonna need that anymore.
I literally, for a hot minute, thought that was Lucas. I'm like, oh god, Lucas is dead. He's actually died on one of my... The hell is Kelly?
Hi.
Hold up a minute. I've got a really top-tier piece of cow flesh for sale, if you know what I mean.
Does this Brahmin really belong to you?
What do you think? It's stolen or something? Nah, she's mine.
I know Mr. Abernathy's been missing a Brahmin.
It'd be
He had
yours
two
too,
at one
for a
point.
very reasonable price.
What would I do with a Brahmin?
What would you do with it? Oh, you're serious? Well, whatever you want. Some people use them for farming, I hear. Increases productivity quite a bit. That's what I hear, at least.
Sure, I'll take her.
Oh, great. Just tell me where you want me to send her, and she's all yours.
I have never had this encounter. I've been playing Fallout 4, like, literally since 2015. Since it came out 9 years ago, or it'll be 9 years this year. And I have never had this encounter. How could I have gone 9 years playing this fucking game and not had this lady come and talk to me? Well, excuse my language, but literally it's kind of frustrating. I don't really need any at Sanctuary. I already got one. We'll send it to 10 Pines Bluff. It is essentially a farm.
Good doing business with you, man. I'm sure I'll see you around.
That lady looks cooked.
Hey.
I'll have more products soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, it'll be the same Brahmin. The Brahmin from 10 Pines Bluff will go missing again. We'll go missing and it'll be the same Brahmin. I'll just be essentially buying back the same Brahmin every time. I mean, that would be a good racket in a way. Because it's the wasteland, people don't exactly put two and two together. Well, anyways, let's get back to Sanctuary. In this video tonight, I wanted to show you multiple different guard tower builds you can do in Fallout 4. So we're going to call this video No Mod Builds. Because the mods are still broken as hell. So why not take a...
I've never lost anyone before. This failure is new to me.
Oh, trust me.
Everything seems to be proceeding according to plan, sir.
Yes?
Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is
We've survived the night. A triumph finally.
Get away, way, Preston. Jeez, man. Yeah, I think we already have a Brahmin somewhere. If it isn't stuck in one of the houses. You know, as much as it sucks the mods being gone, it is still kind of nice that I'll just move the mic a little closer. I need to really get a proper microphone holder for my desk. Anyways, it is kind of nice to get back to the basics of Fallout 4 building. We're definitely going to be changing all of this.
The Brotherhood could do a lot of good. Shame they want to wipe out my kind instead.
Dude, you're not even a kind, you're just a robotic man. Portraying yourself as a normal person. And the Brotherhood realistically are...
Patch you up, you do.
Oh my god. Why do we keep getting invaded? June's just making his way out there. Yeah, make your way out in the open there. That's a really smart move.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think.
All of that for that? Okay. I don't know, sometimes I question what my settlers consider dangerous and what they don't consider dangerous. Oh yeah, I forgot about this trap. It doesn't work for some reason. Kind of a good place to place a trap, because you wouldn't actually really see it. Yeah, I think that's crickets. Anyways, we're just gonna save right here. So, there's multiple different guard tower types. There's the pre-made one in the guard posts, which is this one. You know, kind of just your basic guard tower. And you can't, I don't think you can actually build this in the game, so, but like actually build it on its own unless you use mods. But anyways, so this is your first guard tower. This is the more basic one that came when the game originally launched. And then we got this one, not that one, this one, which is the guard post. This one kind of is like your regular guard post, you know, the boring one that kind of you see every settlement has, like we have a bunch. And now you got this one, the Watchtower. This is available through the Creation Club. I wouldn't say DLC, paid mods is what it is. But this is a Creation Club mod. And this one is a little higher than this one. So you can go this one a lot higher because it's partially a wall with a guard post, 2 posts, and a cloth, piece of cloth over top for shielding your settlers from the sun. So those are your 3 pre-builts, but this one only applies if you have the Settlement Defense DLC. Or DLC, paid mod, sorry, Settlement Defense mod. So the guard tower I'm going to show you is the basic one that you see all over the settlement, which consists of 2 pieces of scaffolding. Now you can use this one or this one. I prefer this one because it just looks a tiny bit more beefy. We'll build it way over here. This one consists of usually 2 pieces. And now this can go either way. You can use this, this if you want, this. You can't, heck, I even think you can use that. The hell? I think one of the cats just are wrestling. Cats are wrestling. Anyways, and then you add that on top, but you have to place this beside it for it to work. And then you your floors. Now, you do have to have the DLC to get a hand on these floors, but you don't necessarily have to have the DLC to build this tower, because you can build this tower literally out of any material you want. And what I mean by that is you can just go into here and you can just go to here and just build a bunch of these all the way around it. This is kind of like the old way of building on Fallout 4 before modding and all this other stuff came out, but you can kind of build it like that, and it is possible. Now say we want to enhance this tower a bit. Well, we could add things like walls to it, like that. Which I don't think essentially you can place those when there's a wall. I don't think it's possible, but we're about to find out. Yeah, you can place it. But you have to place your walls first before you do that. Now, when I was talking about that you could build the guard tower that we built with the mods, first you go to one of these flat ones. Again, same as the basic. Place that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that, that, and that. We'll just leave that. Now to build this guard tower, gotta go to the walls and then you gotta go to the glass, greenhouse walls. Ooh, almost died. Which, I can't remember how I built it. Oh yeah, I didn't use that, I just used the plain platform. That's right. Because you essentially cannot use that. You have to use a plain platform. But the way I used to build them was like this. I would just place one of these, one of those, one of those, then one of those, and then I would place my platforms around it. Like so. Again, you gotta have the platforms extended, or you gotta have your walls placed before you can place your platforms. I prefer to do these guys because I think they look a lot more cool. But you can use whatever you want. You can even go to the concrete tab and do style, or you can do, yeah, only that style. But you can do it that way. And then to do the roof of it, you can use these. It's weird, but it is possible. Because what you essentially are doing, tricking the game. And there you go. So you cannot place these roof pieces without having a wall there. You got to pull the wall out, but you can snap it back in. It is possible. And then you just essentially go Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. And then there you go. You got a really tall looking guard tower. But you got a guard tower nonetheless. Now that does look super weird. It almost looks more like a like the watchtowers from the Firewatch towers, but it is one way of building it. Now there's another way of doing it using concrete. I have built this one too. This one's a little more trickier because you do get the... Oh, we don't have the half-on concrete. Interesting. But yeah, you can build it like that, or you could build it like this. With these concrete bits. Which again, you gotta remove those. Place that. And there's a reason why I saved before this, just because I don't want it to, but yeah, concrete's gonna be a little more laid out weird. So you can do it out of concrete if you want, but you will kind of have gaps and stuff. There is ways you can use to clean that up, but that's completely up to you. So essentially, what you're trying to accomplish is to build the guard tower however you please. That's kind of the most simple way of building it. Now, because we don't have half walls, because we don't have mods, and Bethesda doesn't want to give us half walls, because, you know, Todd Howard doesn't believe in helping out their viewer or their gamers for their games. There's also another guard tower that you can build without mods. So essentially, another way to do this is by building it like this. And then I think you can try and pillar glitch this up here. I don't know how you would manage, but essentially that's how you build the guard towers. As you build it out. And again, you can use the ones with the broken glass. Kind of give it some different texture. As Cord does VI, I would say it's always good to have different texture, because if you get the same texture, it can kind of get boring. So again, with the platforms, even though I'm kind of using the same texture for them, and then you just do that. But yeah, that's essentially how you build the guard towers. I'll show you another variant that you can build. Now, another thing you can do too is you can build the flat roof, I think. No, these don't snap to it. That's just so weird. Just warehouse pieces snap to warehouse pieces. Essentially, you just do that. You just place that, 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 that. Now, I do wish there was lower greenhouse walls and we didn't have the 3 high ones. I would really love to create a mod that you only have these ones, except you eliminate the top. Like just a greenhouse section, and they'll snap to most items in the Creation Club. Pretty much somebody needs to make Workshop Rearranged a paid mod. I know it sounds kind of dumb to say that, but I think Workshop Rearranged would make a good paid mod. Although Bethesda, from what I've heard, is good at screwing over modders, especially when they're paid mods, so I can see why they don't want to do it. You used to be able to stack these on top of each other. I don't even think you can do that anymore. It was possible. They used to snap with each other on top of each other, but essentially you could do a different base. It would just, you'd be kind of free placing it to start with. Like say we get this one. But yeah, you'd essentially be free placing that base. But if I were to be doing that, I would go with this one. Just because the concrete is kind of rusty and beat up, and it kind of screams more wastelandy than the other stuff. So that'll be the next guard tower we'll build. But I think what's happening is it's because we have those right there. But gotta get the idea. Yeah, it's floating, but let's do it like that. Put that there. Maybe I will try modding. Maybe I'll try getting something put on the Creation Club, but I don't think Bethesda will go with it. I don't know. It just seems like cutting those greenhouse pieces down to just 2 sections instead of 3. Or say we cut the top section off and you just have the 2 section of windows. And then you have multiple different choices of doors. And different multiple choices of roof styles instead of the ones we're given. But I bet you Bethesda wouldn't allow it just because they would say, oh, it's not good for our game. I don't know, maybe I'll attempt it. But let me guys know down in the comments if you think I should actually attempt to make a mod like that, and then see if Bethesda approves it for the Creation Club. Because that is really annoying that we can't have a warehouse or a piece that's only this one part, not that top part. Come on, Bethesda, do better. Ow. Okay, so that's one of our guard towers. The next one I'm going to build, same thing, out of scaffolding. This one I tend to build on the farms. It again starts out with 2 scaffolding pieces. This one's a little different though. This one we use these pieces. Not those. These pieces. If I can ever get to it. But the best way to snap something to this is by going to the warehouse tab. Go into the floor. Then we do that, and we go to there, and then we essentially go like that. And then you go to the barn tab. I tend to like using the barn pieces for this one just because the barn pieces fit the aesthetic better. God, how did I build these guard towers? You know, it's been so long since I've done this. But I think what I had to do is you have to delete one. And you have to place this right next to it in order for it to connect. And then you can go like this. So you have to wait until you're completely finished before you can place the final piece for that. And then we're just going to scrap that. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to place this here. I'm going to place that there. And we're going to place this wall. It's really tricky snapping it in. There we go. There. And that's another guard tower you can build for Sanctuary Hills. These ones I think go better with the farm aesthetic, but I have built these in previous versions of Sanctuary Hills. God probably wish I would have taken screenshots of my previous Sanctuary Hill builds, because some of them are just downright interesting looking. Because at the time I thought I was a build master at Fallout. And you can use whatever stairs you want. So I tend to mix the stairs on some of these. These ones I tend to do these stairs because they look a lot better. But this music's really loud. Okay, I cannot deal with this music. I'd rather have the ambiance of the wasteland playing in the background. So you essentially got another guard tower. This one's a little more better because it's got full protection. And you can place the guard post up here. So you go to here. Yeah, food guard posts. And then you just gotta wait until you find that sweet spot, which is right there. And then there you go. And we'll add some railings. Like that. To keep the junk aesthetic. And there we go. As for this guard tower, we'll kind of put we'll do a mix of railings. Kind of like how we were doing it with when we were building with mods. You can even do these guys. These are kind of free place. They're more forgiving on PC than they are on Xbox, I'll definitely tell you that. And it just kind of changes up the texture. And there we go. And we'll throw a couple of those down below. So far that's 2 guard towers. Again, bases don't have to be these, they can be concrete. That'll be the next one we build, is one out of concrete. But essentially, it's the same thing. And let me tell you, this is very easy to do. It's just a little more thought, a little more thought's got to be put into these builds because you aren't using mods, you don't have anything unlimited, you're literally forced to build things the way the game was intended things to be built. But you can still get the same results. Now, for Sanctuary, we're probably going to use this style of guard tower, and we're probably going to do it with concrete, because concrete looks a hell of a lot better than this. This is just flimsy looking. This thing looks like a little bit of wind, a little breeze would knock it over. Is where it kind of makes more sense with this. But in the old Fallout days, you would use concrete. So I'll show you another guard tower, and this is kind of like the OG of guard towers for Fallout, if you will. I remember even building with these. So you start there, and then you kind of free place it. Like so. Takes a little more thought on free placing. But we should probably be in the dirt. See how it's kind of crooked? It just takes, like I said, a little extra thought. I do kind of miss these days because this is like the most rewarding part of building without mods, is the fact that you got to kind of use your head and kind of figure things out. And then now you're going to be like, well, Ty, what do we use to build with? Again, we just use these guys. Oh my, that's literally going to give me a seizure if I keep doing that. And again, this is the OG guard tower. Now you can put these up there and then just build a small stairwell up. But the original way to build these towers was, and we're not even going to use this, this was even way before warehouse and barn structures were in the game. This was back in good old 2015. Back when we had the bare minimum at our will to build in this game. And I built these guard towers too myself. I would build them like this. And then I remember using these stairwells. Heck, there was even a day when I used this stairwell. Because this one works so well. And then I would be like, well, how do I figure out a platform onto there? So it looks... the heck? Yeah. And then I placed the platform there. And I placed just a normal junk stairwell or shack stairwell here. And then essentially would just have a basic tower structure. And again, place your guard post. like that. And like I said, this was the OG days. This was the original OG outpost tower you would likely build when the game first launched. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of... How long have you been playing Fallout 4? Did you play it at first launch? I sure as hell did. And again, you can place whatever you want. This one we're going to build completely vanilla. No add-ons. And at the time when I made this, I wouldn't even cared about that. I was like, who cares? Because, you know, at the time you were just proud that you built a structure like this. So, this is the OG tower. This is the original tower. This is like the guard tower that you would have built when Fallout 4 first came out. And then you may have built something like this a little later on, putting a little more thought into it. DLC's out now, and you're kind of like, oh, cool, look at all these extra things. And then this is like the final boss of guard towers right here. But these are essentially the basic guard towers I know how to build, besides these ones, which are essentially just this different. But in retrospect, it's all the same. Fallout 4 building system is really great, and I honestly do hope they carry this building system into Fallout 5, because I do think that carries a lot for the game besides just building. You know, like I know the OG Fallout players, and I'm an OG Fallout player myself, we're partial towards, you know, the classic way of Fallout. But that's the OG Fallout. The original Fallout. But essentially, that's how you build the guard towers. So, it does take a little more thought when building them without mods. You know, another guard tower you can build is kind of like a small one. With this. And these do snap together. They do not snap side by side, but you can kind of sneak them close to each other. Like that if you want. But if you don't want to, you can do that. And then you can free place these stairs in here because, you know. And you can essentially even use this as a guard tower. Or guard post, or whatever you want to call it. Now, if you feel so inclined to, you can also add like some fences like this around it, and you gotta kind of look down when you're doing this so they don't automatically pop back up. You know, or if you know, and it kind of makes it look a little more better. Or say you want to change things up and you don't want to do this to plain old fences, you could do that. You could place that there as kind of just to make it look a little interesting. But you could go to the junk fences, picket fences. Essentially, you can use the picket fences as a tool. And yes, PC, you do get a little more play on what you want to do. I really hope Bethesda fixes the game and gets the mods back up and working, because I do like building with mods, but we'll play around a lot without mods, because it is kind of fun. But yeah, you can just essentially place that back there, and it just kind of makes it look a little more well put together and not so junky looking. And if you feel inclined to, I think you can add a platform to this. So really, if you want to, you can add a platform like so, and then you can have something for your player to stand on and they're not just floating. Or say you want to have a couple platforms across here, you can do that. And then place a guard post on top of that. and have like a couple junk railings to spruce it up a bit. And that's kind of like a junkier, neat, kind of junky but neat looking tower or guard post. And I think you can still access it. Yes, you can. This one's kind of more like your junkier, plain looking guard post. Really good for like making small areas, like if you don't really want to build a tall tower like one of these guys, you can build this. Or you can adjust your concrete to build this just a little not as tall. Still, you'll get the same look of it. But this one does provide like a little more protection. And then you got, you know, all these other pieces, like even if you don't want to build a guard tower, you could build a small little platform like this, and you kind of go like that, and kind of go like that, and then you like that. And if you don't want to use all these metal ones, you can change them out to wood. And this is kind of like a really low profile guard tower if you're into building the low profile ones for your settlements. And then your sellers kind of have a space they can hide if they do get held down or gunned down in one of these towers. And this is kind of a low profile one. Those are really good ones to build too. Even if you want to build, say you want to build one like in Sanctuary, kind of like in the market area where we have that one tall tower. If I've built it yet, yeah. Kind of like that, it will work. But again, it's however you want to build it. But that really works really well. And you can build one where you have a couple walls built around it. And it's however you want to build it. But these are kind of like the basic versions of these guard towers. Going from very simple to, I would say that's a simple low profile. This is a little more involved low profile. This is a simple high tower. And then you kind of got a little more involved with this guard tower, which requires a little more thought. And then you got the kind of more fancier looking guard tower that has all the bells and whistles and some for the settler to hide into. But essentially, that's the guard towers. Let me know what you think down in the comments of those basic guard towers. And before we go, you can also place turrets and stuff outside of them. Like this one, you can place 2 turrets, and this one you can just place 1 big turret. You know, your options are endless. Or you can place a spotlight and have like a spotlight looking out for you and whatnot, and kind of just really enhance this experience of settlement building without mods. That's what essentially it's for. And then again, like I said, you got these traps. But oh, I forgot about the spike traps. But yeah, that's essentially these style guard towers. Now there is another one you can build, but you do have to have Wasteland Workshop, or not Wasteland Workshop. I think these ones came with What the heck's it called? Not automatron. I can't remember what it was. But, wait, we'll actually see. Ooh, excuse me. Freaking tired here. Find out which one it is. Okay, so the one for that fancy tower, that's with the other two guard posts. One guard post and one guard tower is the Settlement Ambush kit. But we're looking for the DLC. It's not Automatron. I can't remember the name of it. It's the work contraptions. That's where you get these guys from, is the contraptions workshop. Now you can build a guard tower out of these. It's a little trickier. I'll quickly show you. So kind of essentially this one, again, you can build it really high or really low, really high, low, kind of just go like that. And also these make really good gates too. These cars, you can literally use these as front gates for your settlement. We actually may implement that as a front gate into our settlement. So to build with this is tricky. Again, this is another low profile, but a little more trickier. Place a platform, then you go to your warehouse or barn, whatever you want to call it. And then you essentially just place the platform. This one is a little trickier though. Because you can essentially do it like that. Or you can just snap that to the front of it. I didn't know if they'll snap to it or not. But this is another one. And again, if you want to make it look like it's being supported by something, you can do something like that. The only way to get that to work properly is by, again, looking down. Then you can kind of do that, and it makes it look like it's being supported. You also got the post here in this section. Then it kind of shields it. But kind of looks good like that, and then you kind of just place your guard post like so. And however you want to build this, you can essentially just go, or however you want to have a stairwell coming out of this, you can essentially just go like that. And then you just have your stairs coming out the back. And then you essentially have a train car, or part of a box car, guard tower, or guard spot. This one will be a lot more secure because you're essentially protected by the car. Not saying the car is going to protect you from minigun rounds or But most if it's pipe weapons, it's likely they're not going to be able to pierce through the car too easily. If they do, you'll likely just get like a little ding. Trash can Carl is probably thinking, what the hell is all this crap getting built here? But yeah, that's how you do that. So, again, that's how you build all those different guard towers. So, we got easy, medium, hard. Really, it's actually not that hard. Then we got, or let's do this by detail. We got minimal detail, little detail, more detail. Minimal detail, or OG Fallout 4 2015 guard tower. Then we got more detail and a lot of detail. But again, you can build this however you please. I am not going to tell you how you can build your settlement. That's on you. But I thought I would drop some ideas on how to build towers in this game. So, let me know if you enjoyed this video. And, yeah. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you liking. And, I really appreciate everybody for subscribing. I also appreciate the fact that you guys are still supporting my channel, even though I'm doing other videos such as Poppy Playtime and other games, but we're still going to stick to our tried and true Fallout content because I'm a Fallout fan at heart, regardless of what Bethesda does. Excuse me. So, again, thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something from it. Let me know down in the comments, and actually, I might create a community post to see if you guys can show me some of your settlement builds, no mods. I really want to see what your settlements look like with no mods and what you can come up with. What are your ideas? Also, I'm going to be creating an X account here pretty quick, formerly Twitter. So you can contact me there if you want. I'm also going to put a link down below. And I'm also going to create an Instagram account and a Facebook page for my channel to keep you updated on stuff. But I'm also going to create challenges for you guys to send pictures of your settlements because I would really love to see what you guys are building too. I'm always interested in other Fallout builders too, not just certain ones. So again, thanks for watching my video. Remember, and you're not obligated to like, subscribe, and to hit that little bell notification down below to let you know when I drop another video. That's all. Bye now.